Chronic Studios. The desert air was still, heavy with the weight of a coming storm. The sun hung low, bleeding its last rays across the dunes, like fire spilling over the horizon. Astari walked alone, her boots sinking softly into the sand. Her mask, cracked turquoise, veined like the bark of the tree it was carved from, felt warm against her skin, as if it had absorbed the heat of the day. She had wandered farther than she intended, again. But the pull was there, the same pull that had drawn her out into the desert since childhood. A whisper carried on the wind, a voice she couldn't ignore. The Ashvalor tree stood before her, its gnarled roots clawed into the sand, and its branches stretched upward, as if pleading to the heavens. It was old, older than the tribe's memory, and sacred. Yet tonight, it felt wrong. Its branches sagged, and its bark glistened unnaturally under the fading light. At its base, the sand had sunk away, forming a shallow pit. Within it, something glowed. Astari stepped closer, her pulse quickening. A pool of liquid shimmered in the hollow, its surface rippling without wind. It was the color of the sky after rain, pale turquoise, alive and shifting, like something that breathed. She knelt at the edge, peering down. Her reflection stared back at her, the mask a seamless extension of her face. For the first time, she felt it wasn't a covering, but a part of her, a second skin. The liquid pulsed, and the whisper returned, louder now, calling, beckoning. Without thinking, Astari reached out. Her fingers brushed the surface. The world fell away. Visions, blinding, chaotic, unstoppable. She saw a seed spiraling on the wind, weightless and free, tumbling through endless dunes. It landed softly, burrowing into the sand. A sprout pushed upward, fragile but determined. The image shifted. The same sprout, now a towering tree, the Ashvalor. Its branches stretched high, vibrant and alive, its roots digging deep into the earth, drinking from unseen veins. Then, darkness. The tree twisted, its branches blackened, curling inward. The ground cracked, splitting apart as its roots shriveled and died. Its trunk collapsed into itself, hollow and broken. The glow was gone. The vision shattered. Astari fell backward, gasping for air. The turquoise liquid clung to her fingers, humming faintly before fading. Her hands trembled as she wiped them against her robe. What had she seen? A memory? A warning? Her heart raced, and yet she felt no fear. Instead, there was certainty, purpose. She stood and pressed her palm against the bark of the Ashvalor tree. It was still warm, still alive, but she knew it was fading. She had seen its end, and she had seen its beginning.